A dark year for truth. 2024's assault on journalism. 2024 was a terrible year for journalists. Over 360 journalists were imprisoned worldwide. This is unacceptable. These journalists were just doing their jobs. Their job is to inform the public. Authoritarian regimes are threatened by the truth. They silence journalists to hide their corruption. They also silence journalists to hide human rights abuses. This is a direct attack on democracy. We need a free press to hold power to account. The situation is particularly dire in China and Israel. These countries have seen alarming crackdowns on journalists. They are restricting access to information. This is a dangerous trend. The world needs to pay attention. We must defend the right to a free press. This is essential for a functioning democracy. The Great Firewall of Silence. China's muzzled media. China is notorious for its censorship. They have a vast system of internet control. They use this to suppress dissenting voices. This includes journalists who dare to criticize the government. Journalists in China face constant surveillance. They are often harassed and intimidated. Many are imprisoned on fabricated charges. These charges are often vague. They include inciting subversion of state power or picking quarrels and provoking trouble. These vague accusations are designed to silence dissent. They make it impossible for journalists to defend themselves. This creates a chilling effect on free speech. The Chinese government wants total control of the narrative. They want to control what people see, hear, and think. This is unacceptable. The world must stand up for the rights of journalists in China. Shadows over the promised land. Press restrictions in Israel. Israel prides itself on being a democracy. However, press freedom is increasingly under threat there too. Journalists face growing challenges, especially when reporting on sensitive issues. This includes the ongoing conflict with Palestine. Journalists covering protests face harassment and violence. They are often targeted by both Israeli forces and Palestinian protesters. This makes it incredibly dangerous for them to do their job. The Israeli government restricts media access to Gaza. They control the information that comes out of the region. This makes it difficult to get an accurate picture of the situation. These restrictions on press freedom are deeply concerning. They hinder accountability and transparency. A free press is essential for a healthy democracy. Israel must uphold this fundamental right. A global crisis. Defending the Fourth Estate. The attacks on journalists in China and Israel are not isolated incidents. Press freedom is under attack around the world. Governments and powerful actors are increasingly trying to control the narrative. This is a dangerous trend. A free press is crucial for a functioning democracy. It holds power to account. It exposes corruption. It gives a voice to the voiceless. We must all stand up for press freedom. Support organizations like the Committee to Protect Journalists. Call out governments that suppress journalists. Demand the release of imprisoned journalists. The fight for press freedom is a fight for all our freedoms. It is a fight we cannot afford to lose.